Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here on a lovely Saturday morning, trying to talk about interesting developments that have happened in the field of convergence of technology, financial planning, and this whole business about how do you attract more and more customers and consumers into buyers and sustained buyers of financial products, life insurance obviously being our specialty. Some very interesting myths and ironies about the business of making money. In देसी भाषा हम सब की community जो है वो है कि पैसे बनाने का काम है हमारा. That's how we in देसी भाषा we talk about. We make money, isn't it? So there are some, and it's almost like you're making a dish, so you make money. So there are some ironies, there are some myths, कुछ किंवदंतियां हैं हिंदी में जिसे कहते हैं, कुछ मुहावरे हैं पैसों को लेकर जो हमको पता भी है और हमको पता नहीं भी है. So I'm going to talk about that. Then I'm going to also touch upon what is the best way, or what are some of the latest trends that are happening in the way in which we can help expand our business. Life is changing, all businesses are changing. The way you used to buy things have changed. These days my wife buys most of her groceries on the net. My parents are shocked that she's buying atta, tel, chawal sitting on a computer. So I'm sure people are also changing the way they buy financial products, not only groceries. तो इस परिवर्तन में हम कितने साथ हैं consumer के? I'm going to talk about a little bit on that, and then I'll put all of that together. और जो यहाँ छूट जाएगा वो हमारे स्टॉल पे मिलेगा. क्योंकि मैं सब यहाँ बता दूंगा तो आप स्टॉल में नहीं आएंगे, तो मैं थोड़ी अपने पास एक दो कुंजी रख लूंगा ताकि आप हमें दर्शन जरूर दें वहाँ स्टॉल पर. So that's broadly going to be our flow of presentation. Next slide, please. Before we move on, I want you to see a small little clip about who we represent. Please.
आदित्य सविता सूर्य खगः पूषा गभस्तिमान् सुवर्णसदृशो भानुर्विश्वरेखा दिवाकरः.
And if you can click, that's a group we represent, Aditya Birla Group. Three things signify, or three things characterize our group. I think the first one is history, legacy, and trust. And there is a reason why I'm going to talk about these three, because I think in the business of making money, in the business of helping people make money, these are the three words that consumers often look up to. Your consumers want three things. For example, they would want to know how long have you been there in the business. They would want to know what's your past record in helping them make money. And finally, the most important question they would like to know is whether they can trust you. And I think all these three things the group represents so brilliantly. And you will see how large and how old we are only by looking at my next slide. Can you click, please? Look at some of the names that Aditya Birla Group represent, from a safety pin to probably coal to clothes that we wear, practically all aspects of our life. The Aditya Birla Group is present in some way or the other. कुछ नाम तो ऐसे हैं जो घर घर में हैं. हम क्या पहनते हैं, हम क्या खाते हैं, practically all the areas of our lives is touched by the Birla Group. A history of 150 years. You know, Sri G.D. Birla started this empire 150 years old ago in Calcutta, and today we are spread across the world, across the globe. Probably शायद ही कोई continent है जहाँ पर हमारा presence इस वक्त नहीं है. Next slide, please. Just a quick quiz now. What do you think is the market capitalization of the Aditya Birla Group? And how many companies are there within the group? Quick check. Can I have some chocolates in case you get it right? Any guess? Any guess? What is the market cap? कोई भी guess? 5 lakh crore. बहुत जल्दी पहुंच जाएंगे सर वहाँ. आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. $40 billion group. $40 billion roughly at 60 rupees would be 2.5 lakh crore. So we have reached the halfway mark. एक loop और बाकी है. और ये जर्नी पिछले 20 सालों की है. 20 साल में we have dramatically changed. More than 50 companies spread across the world. That's the size, that's the scale of the group. Next, please. Within the Aditya Birla Group, there is a smaller company called Aditya Birla Financial Services, which is your business and my business. In that, we have 6 or 7 lines of businesses, which is life insurance, mutual fund, insurance broking, normal NBFC, so on and so forth. और अगर आप देखेंगे कि the spread of the entire financial services business is more than 1500 points from which consumers can buy. So that's the access that we provide to the consumers, 1500 plus points of presence. And that's the family of the financial services group. So the point that I'm wanting to make, ladies and gentlemen, is once you enter this group, it is not one line of business. So practically all the ways in which a consumer wants to make money or buy any kind of financial product, we have it. Irrespective of what is need in the financial services, we have some line of business or the other that fulfills its need. So ऐसा नहीं है कि अंदर आने के बाद सिर्फ एक line of business है, but multiple lines of business है. Look at the list: money market, money, insurance, mutual funds, financial services, etc., etc., etc. But today, what I'm going to talk about is the one that is highlighted, which is the Birla Sun Life Insurance Company. That's what we are going to talk about today. But for people like you, the most important part is once you enter, the whole universe of financial services open up for you. Next, please. All right. Anybody recognizes old Bombay Hands? Anybody recognizes this building? Yeah, it's a building somewhere at Fort. Now, what you would not probably know, sir, is if you go very close to the building and if you look at the name of the building, the way old buildings are named, वहाँ पर पत्थर से जो तराश के उन्होंने नाम लिखा होगा, वो नाम क्या होगा? Any guesses? Sir? Sorry? Industry House? All right. The name I was looking for is वहाँ लिखा होगा Sun Life Insurance. And that's very important because हमें intuitively ऐसा लगता है कि life insurance चूंकि privatization 11-12 साल पहले हुआ है, तो we are new to this country. Actually, Sun Life is not new to this country. It's very old. It came to India. It's from Canada. That's right. It's absolutely from Canada. It's the yes. So Sun Life is not new to India. It started its operations way back in early 1900s, and it remained in India for more than 40-50 years till obviously all of that got nationalized and one life insurance corporation became. So ladies and gentlemen, the point that I'm wanting to make is the other foreign partner is not really foreign. It's probably more Indian. It has the experience of dealing with Indian consumers for more than 50 years, and much before you and I probably thought India bought life insurance. और किसको लगेगा कि 1910 में हिंदुस्तान बीमा खरीद रहा था, बट खरीद रहा था और बेचने वाले सन लाइफ थे. और इसमें बहुत दिलचस्प चीज आपको दिखाऊंगा. क्लिक प्लीज. आपको शायद दिखे नहीं, क्या हो सकता है ये लाइफ इंश्योरेंस का पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट है. और अगर आप थोड़ा करीब से देखेंगे तो इसमें लिखा होगा 1934 फ्रॉम द स्टेट ऑफ राजपुताना. लखनऊ के कोई नाम अगर मैं पढ़ पाऊं तो Can you read the name? Brij Mohan Vyas, 1934, Jaipur State, Rajputana. That's the first policy document of Sun Life. So just to give you a perspective that we are not new to this country. Next. Next, please. Now, let's, after having talked to you about who we are and how deeply entrenched we are in this country, how well we know the Indian consumer, मैं आपको दूसरी दिशा में लेकर चलता हूँ, which is some myths and ironies about the business of making money. So यहाँ पर थोड़ा क्विज खेलेंगे. सबसे पहला, everybody wants to be rich and make money. Yes, no? Yes? जितनी तेजी से आपने yes बोला, लगा नहीं पैसा बनाना चाहते. एक बार फिर से खेलते हैं इसको. Everybody wants to make money and be rich. Yes, no? Yes, fantastic. However, nobody knows the foolproof way of making money. 100% गारंटी के साथ पैसे बनाना. अगर कोई कहे कि मेरे को फॉर्मूला मिल गया है, वो सच है या झूठ? जो शायद 30 साल से भी पैसा बना रहा है ना, उसको भी कहीं ना कहीं मन में लगता है रोज एक नया खेल है. Every day is a new game. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with that? Yeah. And that's the best part about this business about making money. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to make money, but nobody has a foolproof method. If the best guy probably will get it right 7 times out of 10. अगर आप बाजार में भी पैसा लगाते हैं या म्यूचुअल फंड में भी लगाते हैं या रियल एस्टेट में भी कुछ भी करते हैं, वो शायद 7 बार सही बैठता है, 3 बार तो बेस्ट आदमी भी गिरता है. Would you agree with that? All right. That's the irony about this whole business of making money. Next one. ये मेरा favorite actually. Everybody knows that making money probably is a science. Everybody knows that there is science to make money, but everybody believes it's an art. अब इसका भावार्थ निकालते हैं, इसको सरल भाषा में समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. आप किसी को भी पढ़े लिखे आदमी को जो फाइनेंशियल मार्केट में काम करता है, आप पूछोगे जी पैसा कैसे बनता है, तो आपको कुछ फॉर्मूलाज बताएगा. कैसे फॉर्मूलाज बताएगा? बोले नेवर टाइम द मार्केट, ऑलवेज रिमेन इन द मार्केट. ओके, हाउ मच टाइम यू आर इन द मार्केट. आप लंबे समय तक रहो, 20 साल तक अगर आपने पैसा लगाया है तो कभी कोई चांस नहीं है डूबने का. लार्ज स्टॉक्स लीजिए, डिविडेंड पेइंग स्टॉक्स लीजिए, वैल्यू इन्वेस्टिंग कीजिए. ये सब क्या है? विज्ञान है. सबको पता है ये विज्ञान है, और लोगों को ये भी पता है कि अगर इस विज्ञान को हम फॉलो करेंगे तो पैसा यकीनन बनाएंगे. लेकिन जब इन्वेस्ट करने की बारी आती है, देन इट ऑल गोज, ये सारा नॉलेज धरा का धरा रह जाता है. इन्वेस्ट करते समय साइंस कैसे काम आता है? दोस्त को फोन किया, बोले टिप क्या है ये बताओ, कहां ज्यादा बन रहा है ये बताओ, लेटेस्ट ट्रेंड क्या है ये बताओ. सारी एकेडमिक नॉलेज घर पे रह जाती है. उस समय ध्यान सिर्फ भी आता है कि कोई ऐसा ट्रिक मिल जाए कि शॉर्टकट से पैसे बन जाए. एंड दैट्स द ट्रेजेडी अबाउट मेकिंग मनी, बिल्डिंग वेल्थ, एंड नॉट ओनली अबाउट यू एंड मी बट ऑल्सो फॉर द कंज्यूमर. वो कंज्यूमर जो प्रोबेबली इंजीनियर है, वो कंज्यूमर जो प्रोबेबली रिटेल में काम करता है या डॉक्टर है, जिसका कोर पेशा पैसा कमाना नहीं है या जिसका कोर पेशा पैसा बनाना नहीं है. he knows how to earn money, he doesn't know how to invest money. In his mind he doesn't know that it is a science, but between you and me we believe that it is science. But जब इन्वेस्ट करने की बारी आती है तो हम शॉर्टकट ढूंढने लगते हैं, वो श्योर शॉर्ट फॉर्मूला ढूंढने लगते हैं. और ये जो आयरनी है, ये इंडियन आयरनी नहीं है, ये ग्लोबल आयरनी है. पूरी दुनिया में यही प्रॉब्लम है कि जब एग्जैक्ट बारी आती है तो हमको कुछ शॉर्टकट चाहिए होता है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. Would you agree with that? Even if we are in the business of making money for many years, nobody can for sure with guarantee say I have got it right. अब सब समझ में आ गया, अब सब समझ में आ गया. कल से मैं जो भी फैसला लूंगा about making money, वो 100% सच होगा, वो 100% फुल प्रूफ होगा. कोई कह सकता है ऐसे? कोई yes no? Yes no? No? Click please. इस पे 5 मिनट बिताते हैं. अगर आप पूरी फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इंडस्ट्री को देखें, पूरी, और मैं सिर्फ इंश्योरेंस की बात नहीं कर रहा, मैं म्यूचुअल फंड्स की बात नहीं कर रहा, मैं कमोडिटीज की बात नहीं कर रहा, मैं शेयर ट्रेडिंग की बात नहीं कर रहा, पूरी की पूरी फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इंडस्ट्री में अगर आप इसको एनालाइज करें, इसको आप चिंतन करें, इसकी व्याख्या करें, तो आप देखेंगे कि सबसे ज्यादा यहां पर जिस चीज की परेशानी है वो इस ग्राफ की परेशानी है. अब मैं एग्जांपल के साथ आपको बताता हूं. इतनी फोटो तो मेरी शादी पर भी किसी ने नहीं खींची मेरी. हाँ, yes, I do want that. So एक एग्जांपल देते हैं. मान लीजिए मैं एक फोन खरीदने निकलता हूं. मैं कंज्यूमर है, मैं एक फोन खरीदने निकलता हूं और मैं ये एप्पल का फोन है, मान लीजिए 30,000 रुपए में मिल रहा है. मैंने 30,000 रुपए दिए एज ए कंज्यूमर. सो मेरी कुछ अपेक्षाएं हैं इस फोन से. देयर आर सम एक्सपेक्टेशंस आई हैव फ्रॉम दिस फोन. And those expectations can be, it should receive call, it should send call, it should receive message, it should send message, it should receive WhatsApp, it should send WhatsApp, it should play some games, it should have some apps, etc., etc., etc. Once I pay that 30,000 rupees, what do you think are the chances that it will not meet my expectations? अगर मेरी 100 की अपेक्षा है, आपको क्या लगता है उन अपेक्षाओं पर इसके खरा न उतरने की संभावना कितनी है? ज्यादा है कि कम है? बहुत कम है, बहुत कम है. जो ये कहता है, जो इसके मैनुअल में लिखा होगा, ये करेगा. करेक्ट? टीवी देखते हैं, टीवी खरीदते हैं. टीवी खरीदेंगे तो अपेक्षा है मेरी कंज्यूमर. मैंने 40,000 रुपए दिए, मेरी अपेक्षा है कि ये टीवी पिक्चर दिखाएगा, चैनल चेंज कर सकता है, इसकी साउंड क्वालिटी अच्छी होगी, इसकी पिक्चर क्वालिटी अच्छी होगी. और अगर मैंने मैनुअल पढ़कर वो सामान खरीदा है, तो आपको क्या लगता है उस पे जो भी मेरी उससे अपेक्षाएं हैं, जो भी मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन है, उस पे खरा ना उतरने की संभावना कम है कि ज्यादा है? बहुत कम है. लेकिन फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में जैसे ही आप शिफ्ट करते हैं, तो मैंने एक स्टॉक खरीदा. अपेक्षा यह है कि आज मैंने 100 रुपए पे खरीदा और आज से 2 साल बाद इससे अपेक्षा मेरी है कि ये 300 रुपए हो जाएगा. आपको क्या लगता है ये मेरी अपेक्षा पूरी होने की संभावना कम है कि ज्यादा है? कम है कि ज्यादा है? बहुत ज्यादा है. प्रभु भी नहीं जानते 2 साल बाद ये स्टॉक की वैल्यू क्या होगी. और जो गारंटी देकर कहता है कि मैं आपको शर्तियां बताता हूं, प्लीज बाहर मिलो, हमें नौकरी पेशा आदमी को ऐसे चमत्कारी बाबा जी लोग से मिलना बहुत जरूरी है, जो गारंटी कर सकता है. इट कैन बी ईदर वेज, बट इट वोंट बी इन द केस ऑफ अ फोन. In case of a phone, it is not either ways. It is 99.9% right. वो एक तो इंजीनियरिंग डिफेक्ट को अगर हटा दो, तो जो ये कहता है वो ये करेगा. फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज ऐसा नहीं है. और इसीलिए आप देखें कि the gap between the expectation and reality in financial services, irrespective of which product you sell, okay? I'm again repeating, mutual funds, stock trading, commodities, life insurance, irrespective, आप देखेंगे कि the gap between expectation and reality often is slightly large. Not only for consumers, but also for distributors. Not only for consumers, but also for distributors. And one of the large reasons why, पिछले अगर आप 7-8 साल देखें, why consumers are a little upset with us, with the financial services guy, is because this gap has only increased. For most people, not for all, but for most people, this gap has increased. Both for consumers as well as for distributors. So let's take a distributor example, for example. Let's take a consumer example. तो कंज्यूमर की अपेक्षा थी 2006 में जिसने पैसा लगाया कि 2010 में मेरा पैसा 5 साल में कुछ नहीं तो 60-70% तो बढ़ जाना चाहिए था. बढ़ा? नहीं बढ़ा. मोस्टली नहीं बढ़ा because we had a big dip around that. So consumer is dissatisfied. Let's look at a distributor. Distributor चाहता है मैं 100 रुपए अगर मान लीजिए बिजनेस लेकर आता हूं तो मेरी मार्जिन इंक्रीजिंगली बढ़ती जानी चाहिए. करेक्ट? पिछले 5-7 सालों में ये मार्जिन बढ़ी है कि कम हुई है? कम हुई है, बढ़ी हुई है? Somebody from back. कम हुई है, बढ़ी हुई है? कम हुई है. It has come down. And that is why, if you see in financial services, the gap between expectation and reality is slightly bigger than in most other industries. And only those players will succeed who are able to reduce the gap between expectation and reality. First for you, then for consumers. Or first for consumers, then for you, depending upon which way you look at it. And that's the promise we are trying to give you today. Some from this podium and mostly from our stall. That what if we give you a method? What if we give you a method that this gap for you and for your consumer is reduced? Would you be interested? Would you be interested? Yeah? Fantastic. So, if you are interested, the stall is waiting for you. Let's move to the next slide, please. It is. True. 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 You are absolutely right. You're, true. You're absolutely right. That is why you need to visit the stall. Next, please. And then let me now kind of move to some other direction. And this is very interesting. In the long term, all consumer wants trust from you. Right, wrong? In the short run, all want returns. Right, wrong? बीस साल पुराना अगर मान लीजिए फैमिली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है, कोई फैमिलीज के साथ आपकी एसोसिएशन 20-20 साल पुरानी होगी, वो आज आपको रिटर्न्स के लिए कम, आपके ऊपर विश्वसनीयता के लिए ज्यादा जाना जाता है. राइट, रॉन्ग? He will introduce to you to his family by saying 20 years this guy has been with us. He will not tell you in the last 20 years he has given me a CAGR of 19.768%. Is that how he introduces you? Never. If you have been associated with that family for 20 years, he will only talk about how trustworthy you are. But in the short run, every consumer wants return. And that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma for distributors like you and me. Next, please. However, if you look at our own behavior, and I want you to do a little bit of chintan on this point, we know that in the long run, the families that we get associated with, they remember us for the trust that they do on us. However, 90% of the time, we are interested in generating returns for them. Would that be correct? Yes, no? Think about it. If 20 years later they would remember you for the trust that you have generated with them, at least 50% of the time you must spend on generating trust, right? If not 100%. But look at our behavior. We spend most of our times in helping to generate money, helping to generate returns, not generate trust. So maybe the consumer wants something else, we are trying to giving him something else. Who knows? Think about it. I'm just throwing it up in the air, but think about it. Next, please. My last question to you. Is generating trust an objective or is it an outcome? क्या ये उद्देश्य है? क्या ये outcome है? It's an outcome. Thank you, sir. It's an outcome. कोई ये कह के कंज्यूमर के साथ नहीं मिलता, चलो और तेरे साथ ट्रस्ट जनरेट करता हूं, चलो चाय पे चलते हैं, ट्रस्ट जनरेट करते हैं. ऐसे तो ट्रस्ट जनरेट नहीं होता. कुछ अच्छा करना पड़ेगा ट्रस्ट जनरेट करने के लिए. कुछ ऐसा करना पड़ेगा कि वो खुद ब खुद मुझ पर भरोसा करे. कुछ ऐसा नया करना पड़ेगा that he will not treat me like any other seller, but he will start trusting me. Would that be right? Would that be right? Yes, no? कुछ ऐसा करना पड़ेगा that he starts building trust in me. Now, ये कुछ जो है, इस पे ध्यान दीजिएगा क्योंकि ये कुछ का फॉर्मूला हम आपको स्टॉल में बताएंगे. वो कुछ क्या है जिसको करने से there is a 70% probability, 80% probability that in the next 6 months he will start trusting you. Next, please. And I'm sure all of you know this very well. Would you like to push a product or would you like to create a pull for it? And you know, this is very interesting because in life insurance, मेरे पुराने बॉस एक बहुत impressive बात किया करते थे, मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं. He said, आज विश्व में बीमा बिकते हुए 100 साल से ऊपर हो गया है. इन 100 सालों में एक भी बार यह चमत्कार नहीं हुआ कि डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर अपनी खिड़की खोले और बाहर एक लाइन लगी हुई दिखे उसको और वो किसी से पूछे ये लाइन किसकी है, तो लोग कहें, ओ वी आर हियर टू बाय लाइफ इंश्योरेंस फ्रॉम यू. बोले ये चमत्कार 100 सालों में तो नहीं हुआ है और आने वाले 100 सालों में भी होगा. नहीं होगा? नहीं होगा. I can easily take this example from life insurance to any financial product. पिछले 100 सालों में भी किसी ने आपको शायद 100 में से 1-2 ही ऐसे होंगे जिन्होंने फोन करके बोला हो, बहुत पैसे मेरे पास, आ जाओ मुझे पैसे लगाने हैं. You have to go usually to him. He doesn't come to you. Yes, no? Mostly, not 100%, but mostly, more than 90%. Which means, what if we give you a trick? What if we give you a tool? What if we give you a technology? What if we give you an infrastructure which helps you to create pull rather than you have to push to buy products, to sell product? Would you be interested? Fantastic. What do you think is my answer? visit the stall. All right. So I know all of you understand this. Just put all the points on the slide. Now here is the game of trust. And the reason why I'm talking too much about trust is the tool that we have at our stall is a trust building tool. So we are not saying trust is fuzzy. We are not saying trust हवा में उड़ती हुई कोई चिड़िया है जो हमको पता नहीं कैसे define करनी है. We have converted trust building into a process. We have converted trust building into an infrastructure. एक ऐसा काम करने का तरीका कि अगर उस टूल पर आप काम करें तो there is a 99% probability that some trust will get built. And we know all of this. You know, good selling is when no selling happens. जब बेचने की कोशिश बहुत ज़्यादा ना की जाए, that's the time best selling happens. When you try too hard, selling probably doesn't happen. Yes, sir. Superb. You know why I like you? Because you're by and large understanding the drift of my conversation, and you would really enjoy it to see the tool that we have to display at. True, fantastic. Yes, people buy for their reasons, not for us, not for our reasons. And this is very interesting because you see, the moment we take a financial product to a consumer, we start telling about what the product will do for him, rather than finding out what he needs from the product. Because he will buy for his reasons, he wouldn't buy for our reasons. So before even trying to say, sir, this is my product, this is what it will do for you, why not find out what does he really want? And is there a scientific way of finding it? There is an artistic way of finding it. You ask, this is what I call the conversational way of finding out. But what if this was converted into a science? What if this was converted into an app? What if this was converted into a tool? What if this was converted into a technology where you key in data and this tool throws up exactly what you need, when you need it, and how you need it. So why am I telling you all of this? Next. Happy to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, Birla Sun Life is very proud to present first time in the financial services industry something which is unique, unheard of, may have been experimented in some other industries but never has been attempted in the financial services industry. Mark my words, never has been attempted in the financial service industry a scientific way of progressively structured, methodical, step-by-step process where the consumer participates in finding out what he exactly needs, how he needs it, when does he need it, so on and so forth, through our end-to-end business model. So, should you choose to join Birla Sun Life, and through Birla Sun Life, the Aditya Birla Financial Services industry, we offer to you the entire end-to-end business model. We don't offer you tricks of selling only for one-to-one, but we are trying to offer to you an end-to-end business model, whereby we are saying, what if we help you discover the market that you want to operate in? Instead of going door to door, instead of going person to person, instead of going from one referral to another referral to another referral, because there is a limit to how much you can go out and meet other referrals, isn't it? If you only want to take referral, at best in a day you can go and meet 2 or 3 people. That's the maximum you have. So we are saying, what if we multiply your force? What if we multiply and create an office out of you? What if we help you target markets after markets rather than individual after individual? Suddenly your power multiplies. So we'll help you discover the market. Once you discover the market, instead of meeting them one-to-one, we'll help you learn the tricks of how to engage with them. How do you engage with clusters? How do we engage with markets so that you are able to generate trust with them? So that not one person trusts you, but a whole family trusts you, but a whole cluster trusts you, a whole neighborhood trusts you, a whole industry trusts you. What if we were to give you a trick that, let's take an example, the entire cluster of doctors in the Western line start trusting you. All of them know you. What if we were to give you a trick about that? That's engaging the market. Once you have engaged with the market and you have now a large pool of consumer, now we teach you what's the scientific way of engaging with the person. Where you are not pushing, he is buying. When you are not telling him, he is discovering. This is most important. When you are not pushing, he is discovering what he wants on his own. You are only sitting and participating and guiding him. You don't play any active role. Probably he speaks 70% of the time. He asks questions. Your job is only to answer them. You guide him slowly to what he wants. In comparison to the past, where you were doing the talking, he was only a listener. So we have changed completely through this tool. You engage with the consumer, and finally, he closes the sale. You don't close the sale. And at the end of it, we say, you have reached out to clusters, you have reached out to consumers, you have built strong relationships based on trust with them. How do you remain with them for the next 20 years? This business is about not only how many consumers you acquire, but it's also about how many do you retain for 20 years. So we teach you how to build sustainable relationships with consumer. So when you will go to our stall, ladies and gentlemen, what we have on offer to each one of you is not a sales trick. We have on offer for you an end-to-end business model that will help you grow your businesses 20 times, 50 times, 100 times. That's the power of associating with Birla Sun Life through this wonderful business model and app. And good news is we have converted all of this into technology. That's even better. So all this new age, मैं आपको बता रहा था, wife buys grocery on the net. The new age consumer relates to it because it's completely tech based. Next, please. Next, please. I've already talked about this. Now, what are the advantages of all of this? I think the fundamental advantage of all of this is you move from being a seller to becoming a counselor, and that's the big shift we are wanting to create. From being a seller, we want you to, move towards being a counselor, because in that case, the consumer talks more. He reflects on what you are telling. He thinks. You make him think. You make him think. That's the power of being a counselor, and that's what the tool will help you to do. You make the consumer think before buying. The more he thinks, the more he trusts you. Because today, most of the times, we are doing the talking, he's only listening. And then finally, we are saying, we are helping you build step-by-step handshakes with him. You know and I know that people don't buy in the first meeting. Can we add and create value for every time we meet the consumer? He discovers the need. And finally, and I think this is most important, in our entire model, we help the consumer keep exploring what are his feelings, what are his priorities, what does he want at every different points of time. And the solution that he creates, therefore, is created by him and not by you. So we don't have an existing bouquet. We say, ये मेरे पास 4 सामान है, मैं लेके जाऊंगा, यही 4 चीजें वो खरीदेगा. No, not at all. We have twisted it. We said, Mr. Consumer, come and participate with us. You tell what you want, and take it from the shelf, create your own solution, create your own bouquet, and live happily thereafter. Next. Yeah, we have already talked about it. And then, when all of this happens, trust is built. I shared with you a few minutes back. You don't build trust by saying, come, let's build trust. If you do all of this, when the consumer senses, when the consumer sees that you are not pushing anything, when the consumer sees you are not trying to sell too much, when the consumer sees you are not here for your reasons, you are here for his reasons, when the consumer sees that you are modern, contemporary, up to date, tech enabled, when he sees that you are not trying to push too hard, but allowing his views to come on the table, automatically he starts to trust you. And therefore, through our business model, you end up becoming trustworthy to him because you're not trying too hard. This tool is helping you to sell, but not being pushy. This tool is helping you to close more without being too aggressive. This tool is helping you expand your market with half the effort. That's the magic of this. Next. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let me summarize what I wanted to tell. The first thing is, if you really look in the business of making money or selling products that help make money, the biggest problem today that we have is this gap between expectation and reality. And this gap between expectation and reality is creating a trust deficit. More and more consumers are trusting less and less. People who sell money-making instruments, they probably trust TV and the mobile phone companies more because the gap between what they have paid for and what they get is far less. But in most financial services, this gap sometimes is not what they have expected, and therefore it is creating a situation of trust deficit. What I'm trying to tell is, through our business model, we'll help you bridge this trust deficit and convert this into trust surplus. The second thing that we wanted to say is, independent financial services distributors like you, we are here and offering you an amazing tool that will help you build that customer trust surplus and expand your business at half the effort. So if you want to learn how to expand your business 50 times at only 20% extra effort, this is the place that you have reached. And finally, through this expansion, we'll help you make more money, expand your revenue, and be trustworthy in your market.